Welcome into the CHGO Bears Podcast. We're technically late, but technically we're not because we already did 15 minutes of the show. You just haven't seen it yet. This is a Sunnyside Summer Thursday.
Oof.
I'm feeling great today on the Sunnyside Summer Thursday. How are you guys feeling?
I feel
amazing.
Great.
Feeling great.
The whole crew is in here. We're ready to go. And, of course, this is the CHGO Bears Podcast. Head to sunnyside.shop or the nearest Sunnyside cannabis dispensary. Use code HICHGO for 35% off your first order. Bright buys every day only for 21 plus or Illinois medical card holders. My name's Adam Hoge. Back from a day off. Mark Carman, Nicholas Moreano, Greg Braggs Jr. Thankfully wearing sleeves today.
Thankfully.
Had to hide the guns.
Come on now. You missed out on a great time.
See,
everybody
what people don't know is Braggs came back from Florida very aggressively challenged me on the fact that he was tanner. So I took a day off and went surfing yesterday.
Yeah, you were making some moves. Yeah. You and Krista. I was impressed.
It was the first time Krista's ever done it. I was very happy. I wasn't sure if she was going to try. And, shout out to Munson Ski Marine in Malibu and Jordan Wolf, who's a professional. I didn't know there was going to be a professional surfer there. And she was just giving us
I thought you guys were like friends or something.
Well, we are now.
Okay.
You know me. I'm a friendly guy.
Yeah.
No, so she was out there, and then she basically gave us like pointers, and Krista got a lesson from the start, and then all of a sudden she's like, okay, I'm going to jump in the water now. And then she did it, and it was like, oh, okay, this is a lot different. You really are professional. So anyway, that was a lot of fun.
Thank God you're back because the chat, oh man.
Yeah, I heard
your
you
boy
lost
Boogie and Total Anarchy, that they can't live with themselves if they're not getting their fill of Hoge.
Greg took that personally and yelled at everybody at the end of the show
personally.
yesterday.
I wish that everyone in my life actually felt that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they're usually
Can't
happy
please
with
everybody.
them.
I just, not to get too far ahead of what's going to happen in about 15 minutes in the show, but Gervon Dexter Sr. was awesome, man.
Yeah.
You guys are going to love the big Dex coming up here. It was gregarious, motivated, going to kick some ass in year 2 Dex that we're going to hear from coming up in a bit.
Yeah, that's why we started a little bit late live. Appreciate you guys being here. Hit the like button. Please hit subscribe. Gervon's schedule got moved around a little bit for good reason because he's training for his very big season coming up. He was
training
also
for himself and training a 2-year-old.
Yeah, and dealing with the 2-year-old nap time at the same time, which I can definitely relate to. So all good there, and we are going to have that interview with Gervon Dexter coming up in our second segment of the show. But a couple things we did want to start off with off the top, just a couple newsy items, one being that the London tickets came and went pretty quick, I guess.
Yes, they did.
Yep. That's what you get. If you didn't get them, better sign up with us. We'll get you a ticket.
Yeah. So they went on sale to the public.
Right.
Sold out right away. I think Steven said earlier, 200,000 people trying to get
waiting in line.
So
yeah. I hate those.
I hope you were able to secure tickets if you want them.
If not.
But if you haven't, we do have an opportunity for you because you can come with us. True Fan Travel is hooking it up. We have our CHGO road trip. You travel with us. Everything is set up for you. They even have babysitters for Greg.
Yep.
It's
big. So
think of everything.
It's big. CHGO road trip. We're going to London October 9th through the 15th for this game against Jacksonville. And you go to truefantravel.com. The biggest perk is that the game ticket is included. So if you're...
you don't have to even think about it. They'll have it for you.
Yep. Oh, and the deadline is sign up, though. We do have a deadline that we do need to communicate with you guys because it is July 31st. The reason for that, of course, being, logistics and traveling to Europe. Yep. And also they have promised us, we've had calls with them, that they are going to work with you and try to set up some of these things with flexibility for what you need. Some people don't need a flight. Some people do need a flight. Some people might not even need a hotel. You might be in the UK already or in London and ready to go. So there's going to be some options. Just if you go into truefantravel.com and get hooked up, ready to go, and then we'll figure everything out in the months of August and September before we all get on those big planes. Hopefully...
I want one of those seats that has it's like a bed seat.
Yeah, good luck.
Do I get that?
Yeah, I think the price I saw on the flight I'm on for those ones was roughly $15,000.
Oh my God, you're not getting it.
I'm like, how does anybody afford that?
Wait, that's not company budgeted in? We're not getting that?
They actually are chartering a flight for you that they told you weren't supposed to know about that, but since you want to know so badly, you are getting your own plane over there, and it's going to be you.
Roman Dunze will be flying it.
And Jenny and Roma Dunze.
I'm disappointed that I don't think we're going to be on the same flight because I was really looking forward to annoying the hell out of you for 8 hours.
So incredibly happy.
I was going to do like the Russell Wilson workout routine.
Instead, you're going to know your family.
My wife. Yes. My wife.
My wife.
I hope that other people are with you on your flight over because they'll see how incredibly incompetent you are. I've never seen anybody of your age go to an airport and have to call their wife to figure out how to get through the airport. It was one of the most pathetic
nervous
things.
At airports.
When he was with us,
it was,
we could have helped you.
I'd rather talk Bears football.
The only person I trusted was Nick to help me.
Why?
Because I know you'd leave me for dead. He is of no help whatsoever. Nick's the only responsible, trustworthy person amongst the four of us.
It was one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen by an adult in the history of adults. But God, let's all hail Jenny.
We all got here. We're all here.
How do
we made it?
Where's the ticket counter? How do I get through to the security people? I don't have a mouth to ask a question in the airport, so let me call Jenny because she'll help
your
me.
Bragg's impersonation's fallen off since I got back from vacation. It used to sound like I was like having a stroke, and now it's like more nerdy.
I miss that impression.
Yeah, well, it'll come back. All right,
It was
inspiration. We'll find your
Jordan
inspiration.
The fervor for Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is real, and we can't wait to see you there. Come with us, damn it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, and it's not just a one-day trip. Obviously, we're gonna have tailgates, live shows. We're hanging out. Sure, there's gonna be plenty of Miller Lite.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be
ready
plenty
to go.
of
It's gonna be a good time. So check it out, True Fan Travel.
The amount of whiskey I am gonna drink.
You do have to work.
No, I don't.
This is not a 120 club.
This is not a 120 club for like 6 days straight.
We will have a post-game show.
I will be drunk.
He'll be physically there, but
Hey, Brandon Spano, can you get me season tickets on Friday to the Cubs game, and I'll go and drink, and it'll be really good for the company. Don't worry about the fact that the Cubs never win. Just get me a seat on Fridays. I want to go.
They won a series.
Yeah, they're turning it around.
It's
Damn it!
great. White Sox.
It was fun doing the live show yesterday. That was a great time. Corey and Cody did a great job. Everybody else jumping in that. I enjoyed being on there.
All right, let's. There's also this video from they're teasing a new Madden game, I believe.
Yep.
yeah.
Then we'll get into the Gervon Dexter interview after this, but this came across this morning. So the Madden, they're showing the new kickoff. We got a new kickoff situation. Wait, and then there's Justin Fields returning the kick and handing it off to Cordero Patterson.
This is wild, you guys.
You knew Madden had to know that having Justin Fields catch the opening kickoff of the intro to their video was just going to set the NFL world on fire.
It's a good job by them. I have to say, it's a good tease.
I mean,
I still don't think Justin Fields will be returning a kick. However, if he had to, I love the idea, the play they just gave away, which is do the old reverse to Cordero Patterson.
I bet you now people are going to go into Madden. They're going to purposely change the depth chart, put Justin Fields as kick returner 1, and do the exact same
and
play
this
in
is
their
the
games.
thing, and I said it when the article came out that their special teams coach said that they might have him on kickoff, suggested it, and then it turned into this story. Now they put it on Madden. I genuinely feel bad for Justin Fields because, like, I highly doubt that he wants that narrative out there and that conversation about him out there, and now you've got Madden pushing it. It's just like, it's a slap in the face to a guy that I'm sure has much higher goals for himself in this league.
No doubt. I mean, obviously still competing with Russell Wilson, but it seems like Russ is far ahead of him right now in this quarterback competition. But, you know, he is a dynamic playmaker when he does get the ball and he's running an open field, but I don't see it happening.
Well, look, it's a contract year for him. I mean, this is...
Do everything he can.
He's got to somehow, you know, he's deep down, he's never going to admit that because he's a first-class guy and not a member of the Me Club family that I'm in. But somewhere in Justin Fields, he is rooting for Russell Wilson to get hurt as quickly as possible so he can get on the field. So he can show what he can do and he can make his money and people can forget about the fact that right now they're putting him as the kick returner on Madden, which has got to piss him off and should piss him off because
He plays quarterback,
he's a starting
man.
quarterback.
He's a quarterback.
Come on.
That reminds me that I have a couple notes from yesterday's show.
Uh-oh.
That's
Ooh,
not
taking notes.
This feels ominous for me.
Yeah, because you
Or
were having
Greg.
a discussion about Justin and you were citing an athletic story.
Yeah. I
and-
gave the name.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
But I didn't.
Horrendously wrong.
Oh,
butchered
wow.
the name.
Yeah.
Oh, the last name.
What did I say?
Because it's Mark.
Mark Cabali, I think is what you
Yeah,
said.
Cabali.
Mark Cabali. The
Cabali.
legend.
Mark Cabali's a legend?
Legend.
Well, you said you pointed out that he's been working there
He's
for
like, yeah, he's been there for 2002. I should
yeah.
probably know how to say his name.
Cabali.
I haven't heard him on any radio station or podcast in this city.
Well, then, thanks for listening to Hogan Johns.
Well, you know, I missed that one.
Multiple.
You're a regular Cabali?
Cabali.
Sounds
When
like
the
a
Bears
kebab.
play the Steelers, and or I think we did one.
Okay. All right. I apologize to the Cabali family. It was a very good
You
piece.
should.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Sorry,
Okay.
Cabali.
You're not sorry.
I'm a little bit sorry.
And I have a note on you too, Greg.
Oh, boy.
Oh, fuck.
Very brief in passing. Talking about Willie Mays throws in a piece. It was like PCA catching a ball in the outfield. Did you just put Willie Mays and PCA in the same?
Yeah.
Like,
So,
worse
hey.
than
I don't even use the same paragraph. You put it in the same sentence.
All right, you know what? This is a D block thought.
No,
And,
no.
and then
Because
also,
you said this in the
block-
first 30 seconds of the show. So this is an A block, A block.
well,
8
what
to 8.
I'll say is PCA is very good on defense. And what I was saying was Willie Mays in an old timers game
Yes.
was looking like a young, I just picked a young player.
You should have
So
said.
I understand
You should have
PCA's
said Willie Mays. Willie
A
Mays was
young
looking
Willie
like a young
Mays?
Willie Mays.
Is that what I should have said?
That's what you should have said.
I was
Not
trying-
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah. Maybe I
White Sox
should've.
fan Hoge coming out right now. You
Yeah,
just compared
yeah.
it to some sad ass
I wouldn't compare Willie Mays to One Dog Lance Johnson.
I loved One Dog.
But that would be like the equivalent.
I was just saying.
Or
he
Brian
looked,
Anderson.
He
He was
looked
awesome.
young and spry in an old timers game, catching a ball deep in center field over the shoulder. PCA's range is very good in the outfield. He can't
It's
get a
Willie damn
can't get an
Mays.
extra base hit to save his life, but his defense
Gotta be good somewhere.
defense is real good.
We all make mistakes.
I like to apologize at the end of yesterday's show that I had like literally 7,000 Willie Mays notes that I wanted to get to give a tribute to him, and I didn't do it. So that was.
So we'll do that in D block
maybe we'll do it for a
because
second
maps
today.
to millions is going to kill you if we don't start talking about Gervon Dexter.
No, let's go. Let's get to Dex. After we got to do something.
I would love a map to millions if you could show me the way.
I'm trying,
That would be
dude.
nice.
We're,
You got an idea?
yeah, I
Let
got
me
a
know.
couple. Just keep getting hammered in the bleachers.
You'll find
Find
your
our
way
idea.
in the dizziness.
And more Willie Mays PCA comps. I like them. It's good. Hey, in the meantime, before we get to Dex. I promise it's coming up next. That rhymed. I did not mean to do that. Check out Chevy. And if you're going to go look for your Chevy, you know where to go. Make Ray Chevrolet your first draft pick. Visit our partner this June to shop their summer sales event going on all month long at Ray Chevy on Route 12 in Fox Lake and raychevrolet.com. I drove by there a couple days ago. I think I might even be there later today. The lot is full of options for you because they are one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest. You'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories. It really is large. You drive by, you're going to see all of those Chevys. I saw one of the new electric Silverados on their lot.
Ooh, those are
a couple weeks ago. Assuming that it didn't last long, but you can find the perfect tailgate video right now because you can get $12,000 off MSRP on a new 2024 Chevrolet Silverado. Or you can do what Carm did. You can lease a new 2024 Chevy Trax for only $179 a month for 24 months, or cruise into June your own way and shop over 125 of their vehicles priced under $20,000. And if you've heard of Ray Chevrolet, which you have here on this show, then you've also heard of Ray's Price Promise. They're guaranteed to make your next vehicle more affordable than ever with no price changing, no add-ons, no hidden fees ever. That means the incredible prices we're talking about now, you can expect to see the very same when you go in there and shop Ray Chevy in-store or online. Shop the summer sales event all month long by visiting Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since 1963. Together, let's drive.
I really could use some football thoughts from a Ray Scarpelli right now. But first, let's move over to our friends over at Sunnyside, your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality products. Sunnyside has literally everything you need to elevate your summer. It's the one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs. It's Illinois' favorite dispensary. And if you're starting out, Sunnyside has an expert guidance in brands, Ace, that we know that you love. They'll direct you. You might like the Good News. You might like the Mindy's. And by the way, if you're a pro and you know everything, they got you covered. 100 strains on the menu. Literally, if you want to go deep, they've got it for you. It's easy to order online, and they're here to help you in the store as well. Go to sunnyside.shop, Use the code HICHGO, high CHGO. Use that at checkout for 35% off your favorite brands like the Cresco, the Good News, and more to elevate your first purchase. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, bright buys every day, only for 21 and older or Illinois medical card holders.
All right, let's bring in our guy, Gervon Dexter Sr. to the show, newly married. Congratulations.
Big Dex.
Let's go.
Hey, our guy Nick here actually got engaged, I believe, a day after you just got married. So you might have to give him some advice.
Yeah.
Big Dex.
Right.
Any advice, Gervon?
I would say, man, it's a blessing, honestly, man. Once you find that one, it's a feeling that's like no other. So that'd be my advice.
Well, you're going to have to give him advice on where to shop for a suit because we saw you looking pretty flashy in your wedding photo you put on Twitter.
Guy, man. I got it from a guy who makes like custom suits. I could tag him. I'll shoot you his DM, man. He does a real good job. He works with like a lot of the guys on for their suits on Sundays, but he does an amazing job.
Might be out of my price range, but I'll check him out. Appreciate it, Gervon.
No, it all looked good. We're definitely happy for you and your family. Appreciate you taking some time right now to jump on with us in June. I know you're doing some training. Staying ready for what's a big training camp for you, right? Like what are you looking forward to most about showing what you've been working on this whole offseason, now that when you get back to Hallis Hall, you're going to be able to put those pads on finally and show off a little bit in practice?
Really just looking to show that I approve. That's the biggest thing for me, just each day. And then I know, like, sometimes you work out, and then no matter how hard you working out, you still got to get back in, you know what I'm saying, that football shape or just that football environment. So just just getting back and just being around the guys and showing everybody how much I got better, how much I improved is like the biggest thing for me for sure.
Do you feel the confidence building? Because I just feel like from last year coming in as a rookie now here in your second year, do you feel a different sense of confidence within yourself that you can take that next step?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like once I mean, as a rookie, it's a long year. I played in my bowl game. I did like every you know what I'm saying, step for the combine and the draft and just all of that stuff is just a super long year. So you really don't get no, you know what I'm saying, no cool down moment where you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, look in the mirror and fix some of those things you want. So you kind of just gotta, you know what I'm saying, improve as you go. So now me having a, you know what I'm saying, an off season and just time to, you know what I'm saying, look at what I was doing wrong and like correcting those things, that you build confidence through that. And then just knowing, you know what I'm saying, you build confidence through, you know what I'm saying, just playing, experience, and then like having some success where you know what I'm saying, you would like to. So I think that was the biggest thing for me, is just, you know what I mean, seeing it and then and building that confidence through experience. So yeah.
Dex, what's your off season look like workout wise? We keep on hearing some body transformation for Big Dex. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so like the first part of the off season, my main goal was to, you know what I'm saying, come back looking different, feeling different, being able, I think the you can have all the pass rush moves in the world, but if you can't play fourth quarters, it don't really matter. So my biggest thing, I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, be in like track shape, sprinter shape, marathon shape. So and that's still kind of what I'm doing now. I'm trying to get in the, you know what I'm saying, that marathon shape to where I can, you know what I'm saying, go out there and run a 5K. You know what I mean? It's like stuff like that is what'll be big for definitely a defensive tackle, but for any football player. So just trying to get in the best shape possible.
Yeah,
Gervon,
I'm down 60 pounds, so I feel like me and you are on the same level here, Dexter.
Right.
I'd like to see you run a 5K.
It's tough. Gervon, with the body
5K.
with the body transformation, do you feel when you're with your get off, you know, something that I think, you know, when we're kind of watching you and seeing how you can impact the game, do you feel that the body transformation that you've made in this offseason has allowed you to have that quicker get off at that 3-tech position?
I would say that I wouldn't say it's that necessarily. I think as far as like the get off, is, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, you get time to watch. You get time to. I mean, and as you get older and read things and watch film, you realize, okay, well, the center, he, you know what I'm saying, he points and then he snaps the ball, or this guard points and he taps the center hips and he snaps the ball. Those little things, I for sure didn't know in college, and probably the first, you know what I'm saying, 8, 9, 10 games, I didn't know either. And then you start to realize, okay, well, he's gonna snap the ball. So you know what I'm saying? And then just little things like I think when you know the playbook 100%, you play faster. So all of those little things count towards the get off. So like now, me being in year 2 and having this time, I know, okay, I'm 100% knowing in the playbook. I'm 100% knowing where the center's gonna slide, and just little things like that, you can get off faster. And you can get set faster. I think that's the biggest thing, getting down and getting set. I think sometimes, like last year, often if you kind of watch, it wasn't me not getting off the ball. It's sometimes I'm thinking about, you know what I mean? Okay, what the hell, what stunt am I finna run, or just like little things. So it's once now, like, you know, okay, you know where you're going, you know what, you know what I'm saying, you know what the play is, you know what you're gonna run, and now you can just play a lot faster. And I think that's where I seen my get off increases. And then with the confidence, just knowing, okay, if I'm wrong on this play, I better be wrong on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Stuff like that. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't thinking like that when as a rookie, honestly.
So we had Henry Melton in studio earlier this week. Henry played 3 technique in basically the same scheme that you guys are in. Lovie Smith days. Eric Washington was his D-line coach too.
Right.
You know, first time here working with the Bears, but he was undersized compared to you at that position, and he was in here with us just a couple days ago saying, "Man, I wish I had Gervon Dexter's size."
Right.
Because he's just running his shoulders at his, and he was, I think he said he was like struggling to play at 280. Like, you just keep
Right.
that weight at 280. And it probably affected the longevity of his career at a certain point, just playing that undersized. At your size, having that, how is that? And both, I mean, what are some of the obvious advantages? Probably that's a little bit more obvious, but are there any disadvantages too, where you are playing at that, that bigger size for what they're asking you to do to shoot those gaps and get upfield?
No, I don't want to necessarily say it's any disadvantage. I think all the advantages are on my side. Just being able to play with length. And like you say, especially in this defense where you're really at the three technique, you're just asked to penetrate. So I wouldn't put any honestly, man, because I mean I wouldn't put any disadvantages on there. I think this is it's a perfect defense for a guy like me, being as tall and long and athletic as I am. I think it's the perfect defense, honestly.
So you obviously have deep belief in yourself. You wouldn't be in the position that you're in right now, Dex, had you not. But the NFL is the NFL, and it ain't easy out there. Did you ever have a moment early in the season last year like, oh, whoa, these dudes are big, they're strong, they're fast, they're smart. I'm not sure that I can actually do this on this level. And then maybe later in the year you started to realize, oh, yes, I can. Or how did the mind part of like just getting your confidence right, how did that go last year for you?
I wouldn't say I had like a moment where I felt like I couldn't do it. I think there was moments where I was doing stuff that I realized it ain't gonna work how it worked for me in college, if that makes sense. Just for example, like last year, my rookie year, I would you know what I'm saying, just do stuff like that I would get away with in college, like playing like with Pat Lobo a little high and you know what I'm saying, just like little stuff like that in college, and I could do that stuff, and you know what I'm saying, still make a tackle for loss, or still, you know what I'm saying, make a positive play. Now it's you gotta, you know what I'm saying, these guys are not only big and tall, but they're technical sound. So you gotta kind of, you know what I'm saying, have the same. You gotta come the same way. So I think I wouldn't say I had a, you know what I'm saying, a moment where okay, I can't play here. I think the moment for me was fixing those, you know what I'm saying, those issues, and realizing I have to, you know what I'm saying, pick up or increase on that end. So I think that's where I was at with it.
Makes sense.
So let's talk about some of these goals, because Gabby did a great job putting this story together
Right.
for ChicagoBears.com, and she also tweeted out, and it's part of the story I know too, 4 specific personal goals that you have on your lock screen. We got it up here on the screen right here. Credit to Gabby for the photo and the story that she worked on with you. But it says 8 sacks, 8+ sacks. Let's not limit it to 8. 15+ tackles for loss, Pro Bowl, and All-Pro. So what are this? Tell us about these goals and how they came about for you, and why you're keeping them there on your lock screen.
Yeah, honestly, those are just my personal goals, for one. But I think as a like the player I am and the player that I want to be, like last year, I've been doing it since I got in college, honestly. But like every year, I would, you know what I'm saying, put some of those goals and check them off as the season go on. So just that will motivate me alone. You know what I mean? Like the first thing sometimes I do, I brush my teeth. You know what I'm saying? I get up, do all the little things, and then you know what I'm saying. I like everyone else, you click on your phone to see messages and everything like that. So that I wanted that to be the first thing. You know what I mean? I look at. So if there's some days, you know what I'm saying, we're all human, and there's some days where I'm not working as hard as I should be. All those goals will be right in front of my face and let me know, okay, you didn't do what you need to do to check these goals off. So that's why I put it there.
Well, I mean, it's okay that one of the goals wasn't that you wanted to go to a Cubs game with me sometime this summer. It's all right.
Yeah, I gotta add that.
You got to add that on there. We'll get you right in the bleachers. But how excited are you about Hard Knocks, man? I know Bears fans are excited for it. Players are kind of, sometimes when we talk to them, are 50-50 on the access that HBO is going to get with you guys. But as fans, we're excited to get a little peek behind the curtain. Are you excited for Hard Knocks? I feel like there's a real potential for them to tell your story in a unique way.
I don't really feel any way about it. I think, like you say, it's a great, it'll be a great experience for, you know what I'm saying, the fans to see, you know what I'm saying, some of the stuff that goes on inside the building. I think as a team and where we want to go, I don't think anyone will be, you know what I mean, just ready for it. I think we'll all be locked in and set on where we want to go and focus on improving as a team. Uh, but yeah, I think it's great for the fans. It's great for the, you know what I'm saying, the everybody who will watch it. So yeah.
Then the other aspect of it, obviously, is all fans are excited to see Caleb Williams once training camp opens to the public. You know, from your standpoint, what's it been like practicing against him and the vibes you're getting as the new quarterback for, you know, the franchise that you play for?
Yeah, I think he's a great dude. I think honestly, if I had the confidence that he had coming in as a rookie, I would have met some of those goals last year. Just been 100. I think he's poised. I think he's not shy of being a leader and being young. I think he's gonna do a great job for us, a good job. Just being a young guy, like I said, me being a young guy last year. Um, I know it'll be like, you know what I'm saying, growing pains for him and just but just the way he came in and just the way he's willing to lead the team, and I think he's got a lot of us following behind him. So I think he'll be great. I think he'll do a good job.
Gervon, just got one last question for you. Do you feel like people are sleeping on you? We saw you reply to a tweet that said Gervon Dexter and Zach Pickens are quite underwhelming and not trustworthy to make an impact on the D-line. You replied with this, "Don't delete this." Are people sleeping on you?
You can call it what you want to call it. I just know, like I said, the work that I've put in and the work that I'll continue to put in. Um, I I know we're gonna revisit that and he'll probably be one of the type of people who, you know what I'm saying, come back and I just like to say I told you so. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna leave it there. I like to
The
say I
switch
told
up
you
will
so.
come. The switch up
Right.
will come in no time. Gervon,
Exactly.
just send me a text and I'll go kick his ass. Got you.
Hey, Dex. You putting more pressure on yourself than anybody in the Bears room, or certainly anybody on this podcast could ever put on you. But I'm just going to reiterate: they need you, Dex. They need you to have a big year. So that your teammates are counting on you. Does that put a smile on your face, knowing that you're just a big key to how far you guys are going to be able to go this year?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a there's a task at hand for me, but I think for all of us, we play for the Chicago Bears, so it's that's something in itself. So I just think that as a player, man, my whole career I like that, you know what I'm saying, that chip on my shoulder, and I like getting after it. I think we have a great team, a great actually D line unit that we can't wait to show who we are. So yeah, I think it's a blessing in it.
You know, Gervon, last one I have for you. We spend a lot of time talking about you. I don't know that we talk enough about Zach Pickens, who's right there with you. And I have to say, even though you guys didn't have pads on in OTAs, like, he had a couple reps that we were able to see that, like, that translated to Sunday. Like, that would have been a smooth, very quick win on the D-line. Where's he at right now, and how much you guys like? Are you guys in this thing together? You guys pretty close? And are we sleeping on? I'll ask you the same question about him. Are we sleeping on Zach Pickens a little bit?
I think just like myself, Zach has improved tremendously. I think Zach has like crazy talent, like unbelievable talent. I think he sees a lot of the stuff as well, and I think he's working towards the some of those exact same goals as myself. So I think with when we both, you know what I'm saying, we're putting the work in, and just now it's just time to, you know what I'm saying, it'll be soon for us to, you know what I'm saying, clock in the ticket. I think Zach is like I said, just like myself, we talk about a lot of this stuff together, like I think like the first week of off season, he was like, man, if I would have just had this time to, you know what I'm saying, correct some of these things during the season, I would have, you know what I'm saying, I would have fixed it then. But so now he had, like I said, we have that time to get our bodies right, do the Pilates, do like all the little things that we didn't get to do just because we was combine training and doing all of the training for to get ready to get drafted. So now we have that time to basically improve.
Pilates right now.
Hey, Dex,
I'm
don't
pro Pilates.
you do badly. Dex, don't kill Caleb in training camp, but have some fun out there.
Yeah, for sure, I won't.
Well, hey, congrats on everything, getting married. I know you're in the thick of dad life too. Hope that's all going well, and keep the training up. Can't wait to see the pads go on when you guys get back to Lake Forest.
For sure, appreciate it.
Yeah, you're getting a touchdown this year, Dex. I'm calling it.
Calling it.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, man. I in college I had 2 interceptions, but I wasn't able to take neither one of them back. So that's one goal I should have put on there as well, I guess.
Well, what's the touchdown celebration? You got one planned?
Oh no, I don't got one planned. I'll probably think of it on the fly.
All right, we'll work. Me and you, we can work one out.
For sure, yeah.
There's some homework assignment for the next month.
All right, man. Well, we'll have to catch you during the season at some point. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank y'all so much.
How about Gervon Dexter?
Yeah.
Fired up.
I know we all have thoughts on this, but he is sounding just more comfortable,
Confident.
in a good place. So we have some thoughts on the interview, a lot more to get to still on the rest of the show. But thanks for hanging with us as we got that to you, and certainly enjoyed that conversation. Meanwhile, I mentioned this off the top of the show too. Make sure you're checking out True Fan Travel if you are on the fence of what you want to do with this London trip. If you want to come out, it's a great option. Admittedly, we realize it's not the cheapest option, but if you want everything taken care of and set up for you,
worth it.
It is definitely going to be worth it because there's just so many logistics that, of course, go into traveling to Europe to begin with. But you got your game ticket, your hotel accommodations. True Fan Travel, these guys are awesome. Trust me. I mean, the first time I talked to them was actually back at the Super Bowl, and they are a perfect match for what we're doing here at CHGO. We also have our Arizona option for you as well. But what exactly is True Fan Travel? Well, they're your passport to the world of sports. They do trips specifically for sporting events. This is what they do. This is what they concentrate on. So they know exactly how to set these things up. And it's why our trip to London and Arizona this year, both these trips are going to be done first class for you. Over 8,000 fans traveled over 145 plus trips with True Fan Travel. They say, don't just watch the game, live it. Live the damn game, and that's what we plan to do because you can travel to the most sought-after games worldwide, from football to baseball to basketball, soccer, and more. That's what we're doing with London. Obviously, this is a football edition. You can include flights. You will have 4 to 5 star hotel accommodations close to all the action. There's going to be an awesome welcome event that we have once we all get there, a private boat cruise on the River Thames, and an all-inclusive tailgate party close to the stadium as well. And as you saw the tickets fly this morning, our package also includes tickets to the game and transportation to the game. If you happen to go to the last game out there in London, you know that Tottenham Stadium's not exactly close to downtown London, and it was the logistics were a little tough there, but we're taking care of that to you as well, and airport transfers. If you're taking flights, you also know that Heathrow, not exactly close to downtown London either. So they're hooking you up with everything, on-site trip coordinators, breakfast every morning, and, of course, plenty of meet and greets with our CHGO team. We're going to be with you the whole way. Head to truefantravel.com to make your deposit and to secure your spot. The deadline is July 31st.
I also, of course, am going over to London by myself July 2nd to scout everything out so we can be ahead of the game. I've taken this on my shoulders to make sure that you, Hoge, you, Nick, you, Braggs, and everybody who's coming with us on the CHGO family is going to have a great trip. So, I'm not asking for any thank yous, and,
I could have landed in London by the time you finished this thought.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that I'm going over there to help out and make the trip great.
Carm is going to Wimbledon, is what he's doing.
I'm also going to Wimbledon and can't wait.
Not going to do any of the other things he just wasted a minute of our show saying after having a conversation about how quickly we had to get through the diehards.
I am going to be looking for Bears fans when I'm over there, and I can't wait to go to Wimbledon, and I'll probably be excited about seeing the Bears play the Jaguars in October too.
I hope you get kidnapped while you're there. And when they call for the ransom, I'll be like, no, you're good. Just hang up.
Keep it. Just keep it.
He's all yours.
I'd like to say thank you to El Sancho, who was saying thank you for your sacrifice, Carman. Although he did follow that up with you dingus.
Yeah, hey, and also just wanted to also remind everybody now is as good a time as ever to become a CHGO diehard. If you go to allchgo.com/diehard, you can get discounts on events. We got a bunch of events coming up. Get a free shirt right out the gate. Some really cool designs we have. Some of the newest designs we have with our Chicago collection and our quarterback collection and different things. You definitely want to check those out. I know my Air It Out shirt's going to be coming in the mail, I think, on Monday. So I know some people have already received theirs. But, yeah, like I said, discounts on events as well, including the inaugural Cookout Classic Golf Tournament presented by Miller Lite, Shady Rays, and Circus Sports at St. Andrews Golf and Country Club. That's going to be coming up here July 22nd. That's right, July 22nd. 18 holes with a cart. Yep, there it is, July 22nd. Thank you, Steven. Tee gift for every player, token for complimentary Miller Lite, whole contest, great giveaways and prizes. One complimentary spiked Arnold Palmer per person. Lunch and ceremony after the round to celebrate my championship. Cash bar for alcoholic beverages. Not sure if those will be consumed or not. I'm sure they will be. You can also sponsor an individual hole or have tournament sponsorships if you hit up our guy Spencer Smith. Hit him up at spencer@allcitynetwork.com. Also, do want to give a quick reminder that next Saturday coming up on June 29th, we with Circus Sportsbook are heading to Milwaukee to watch the Cubs take on the Brewers. And you can come, Bears fans, with us because me, Carm, Nick, and Hoge is like 50-50 at this point. So you might have the whole Bears team. Hoge still.
I can be persuaded.
Hoge's a Brewer fan, so
I might have to wear my Brewer hat though. Is that acceptable?
It's acceptable.
If I come, can I wear my Brewer hat?
If you come on the trip, you can wear whatever you want. I'm going to be wearing a tank top. Carm.
Oh, now I'm out.
Nope, you're in.
Now I'm out.
You're in. So you can come with us. The party bus looks sweet as hell. You ride on the party bus. We start here at Crossroads, right near our studios. Then we stop at the Circus Sportsbook in Waukegan for anybody that lives north.
That might be where Carmen and I get on.
That's where Carmen and Hoge will get on, the mansion, you know. Then we'll go to Milwaukee. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be tailgating. And I'm probably going to wear a Bears jersey, might even get a Caleb Williams jersey. And then I'm going to chant, Green Bay sucks for 9 innings. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, I'm definitely not coming if you're doing that.
You are coming.
For $99, that's a steal.
That's a steal.
Oh, yeah.
If what are the chances we get this bus to swing over into Vernon Hills? Just slightly out of the way.
Pick up the mansion
Go
at
to
the mansion.
allchgo.com/events. You can find that stuff there. And again, if you become a diehard, you can get a discount on that event and discounts on our merchandise and future events, including our tailgates and everything else that's coming up for the Chicago Bears season. But have a little summer trip with the CHGO Bears crew and, of course, the CHGO Cubs crew as well. And I know we're going to be announcing some special people that are going to be coming as well, some different Cubs content creators, but I won't spill the tea here on this show. I'll let the Cubs do the announcing for that.
That's good. Hey, Windy City Twins, I did not see you driving by me this morning, but thank you for noticing me as I was doing my fast walk this morning. Keem Olajuwon taught me that. He loved a good fast walk. I like to fast walk.
Wow.
Me and Akeem.
Were you doing like the arm swingy thing?
I don't know what I was doing. I was on a call. I needed to get to video, so I was moving quickly. I took the early train this morning, Hoge. It was, me and yours truly in the office at 8 a.m. It was great.
Isn't that an Olympic sport, fast walking?
Like, I don't know. So do you want to?
There is a fast walking Olympic sport.
They look. I mean, they're moving their hips. They're going.
I don't think I was
insane.
going quite that fast, but
the Olympics. I'm an Olympic guy. I like the Olympics. That hard pass.
Why not just? It's almost like damn near jogging.
Just run.
Or run. Yeah.
What the hell's happening there?
be like Gervon Dexter. Run to the quarterback. Do you want to hear about our new diehards, by the way?
I would love to if you could do it, and by the time that clock hits 1.
Not
and we have
happen.
super chats.
Well, just shout out to our new diehards. There's 9 of them because there's some amazing content going on the site right now. Will Gottlieb's got a phenomenal look at the, as we did our database for the NFL draft, he's got an NBA draft database and a mock draft that's a diehard level. He's got another post in there from a little bit back further about the Zach LaVine trade package. So diehard content, not just Bears, all over the place. But, so jumping on in, what about Annie? Annie doesn't want to wait until tomorrow. Annie is the sun. When Annie walks in the room lights up. And you don't need to hang on with Annie. She doesn't make you wait. She just delivers like a hero, like a diehard. Annie. How about Edward Hoge?
How about him?
Thank you, Greg. Underappreciated, over-delivers on the regular. That's what Edward's about. You know it. He's consistently giving of himself for the greater good. Edward.
Does he have scissor hands?
TJ.
He isn't about the recognition.
Does he have scissor hands?
This Edward does not. This Edward self-validates. This Edwards knows what he brings to the table. Those who understand the game, they know too. Edward.
That's a good one, Mark.
Welcome, Edward.
Oh, good. He can replace you.
What about, maybe he can. What about Charlie?
Oh.
Charlie, Stephen. The man packs a punch. When the going gets tough, Charlie gets going. Charlie can change the way things are going on a dime. Almost when you least expect it.
Okay.
Charlie's been knocked down. Charlie's bounced back. Charlie has risen to the top of multiple fields. Charlie is better than the field.
Does he have a chocolate factory?
Charlie.
The bacon guy.
Does he have a
Also
bacon?
the bacon guy.
Is he a bacon guy?
What about Billy?
Dumb Billy.
Our fourth diehard of the day, Billy.
Goats.
A straight legend. That's exactly right. One of one. Saw a future that no one else could see. Was willing to do whatever it took to get there. For Billy. For the world. For humanity. A leader of champions. Billy.
Badass Billy Gunn and the New Age Outlaws.
I'm very excited to have Billy. I'm also excited about Zachary.
Oh, Zachary.
The untapped potential of Zachary is just tantalizing. He's affable, ambitious, amiable, authentic, adorable. So many ways you can look at Zachary. But Zachary also has a zeal for life that is contagious. You like that? He can be zany at any moment, and you can just feel the love of Zachary. Zachary's about that love.
That's a lot of Z's.
Got a
Zachary.
Got a hotel by Wrigley.
He absolutely does. And then there's Matt. Matt is one of our more feisty diehards. Matt's a competitor. Matt wasn't blessed with the most talent, but Matt got the most out of his talent. And that's what you got to really appreciate.
Hoge, are you paying attention?
No.
When others said no, Matt said yes.
Love Matt.
When the mountain was big, Matt focused on one step at a time.
Wow.
Matt knew he would get there when others doubted.
Whenever you're done, just so I can keep our audience, I do have an interesting tweet I'm going to bring up.
No, they're gone. The audience is gone.
Whenever you're at a minute and 15, now 17, 18, 19, 20 seconds past.
We've got three more. Actually, we got two more, actually. We got Michael. This Michael, he ain't MJ, even though some do, they call this Michael Mike. Tough, stubborn, committed to the cause, not afraid to speak the truth.
Can you do it in MJ voice, please?
Michael wasn't focused on being the most popular. He just simply became the most. Some call him iconic. We call him a diehard. Michael. And lastly.
Wow. We made it.
Actually, no, second to last. I'm sorry. There's two more.
Fuck.
Jeremy. Jeremy Hoge. He's sexy. He's bold. Dude doesn't get cheated at the gym. Jeremy doesn't have to speak to have spoken. Jeremy speaks with his...
Jeremy or Jeremy?
However you want to do it. Jeremy.
Sound like he was saying Jeremy.
He speaks with his walk.
I actually thought he was saying Jeremy.
I thought he was saying Jeremy.
Did you say Jeremy?
Jeremy.
There's other letters in there.
Jeremy.
You can't just skip three of the letters.
Jeremy speaks with his walk just as much as actually he speaks more with his walk than he does with his talk. Ooh. Like that, Braggs? He's about being respected. But being liked is cool, but Jeremy wants more. Jeremy wants it all. Jeremy. And lastly, this is my guy, Jesse. Jesse is a friend. He's actually been a good friend of mine.
What about Jesse's girl?
Jesse's girl.
Lately, something has changed with Jesse. and it's not hard to define. Jesse made himself a diehard. Now Jesse is CHGO fine. And Jesse's watching the show with those eyes. Jesse's got a hot body, and I just know he can hold Jesse in our arms at night. Discord at night. You know that I wish that Jesse would. The best law moment in a while. You know that I wish that I had Jesse. I wish that I had Jesse right here. I wish that I had Jesse in Bragg's chair. Where can I find a Jesse like that? Jesse, my guy. And that will do it for today's diehards.
I mean, you put a lot of thought into that, Mark.
It's very
Jesse,
entertaining.
You're the man.
It's very entertaining.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
right.
We should start the shows with that.
There's a tweet, right, that you wanted to bring up?
I did.
Oh, God.
The Chicago Sky won.
Oh, they did?
They're playing a day game.
Right now? They've already
Yeah.
done
I
those
already
diehards?
played.
I had to look up because I was
When
like,
did they
wait a minute, is this
play?
what? Yeah. I looked it up. Sorry, because the first
what?
they have a
camp
camp day, so that all these camps that exist in the
I
summer
actually
in
took
Chicago.
kids to a
Have you
camp.
ever- it's a
Yeah.
cool thing.
I've done
but
that before.
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, well, wait a minute. Is this another example of the bad WNBA marketing? Like we're having an 11 a.m. game on a Thursday, but no, it's a cool thing they do. The Sky won, and the reason why I'm bringing this up here on this Bears show is because Bears assistant Jennifer King is at the game with the guy that Nick had never heard of, Ron Harper.
Ron Harper.
Look at that. Full circle moment.
MJ's former teammate.
Ron Harper's at the Sky game?
Ron Harper's at the game with Jennifer King.
That's big.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a Sky game?
I have.
I actually have not.
Neither have I.
I would love
I took
to go.
camp counselors there when I was a camp
Have
counselor.
you been to a Sky game?
Campers.
Speaking into the microphone for those who are listening.
He's not verbal.
He's nodding. That is a yes.
What's going on here? This is
Non-verbal
weird.
brags could be the best brags, but it's probably not good for the show.
Podcast form might be a
Some
little tricky.
would disagree with you.
Darkmind079 who wants to sacrifice me along with Pizzatola and Kevin Kadek. You all love that segment, and you all are my favorite diehards.
0 days since, what's that graphic say, Steven?
Well,
0 days
nonsense
since
or
our
something?
I've
last-
said in London there's a Jack the Ripper tour you can take at night. And it, like takes you on like this tour of all the different spots where, and we could just take Carm and finish the job.
Finish the job.
0 days since our last nonsense.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because yesterday, his little peek into the Caleb Williams psyche. I know you were watching a little bit of it before we started.
You need to be
I
more.
made it through about 20 seconds.
You
of
need
that.
to be more like a refrigerator over there. If you were more like a refrigerator, the show would be better.
If there's anything I have been like in my life, it's like a refrigerator.
For our podcast
The
listeners.
amount of food that I eat.
Yes, I'm drinking to get through the rest of the show.
It's almost over.
Caleb the Fridge Williams. No one has tied the fridge and Caleb together like I did. Oh, you need to watch the whole video.
No
You're
one,
right. Yeah,
No one
that is
ever will
definitely
again.
accurate.
No one ever will.
No one else has done that.
no one ever will again.
No one would have ever even thought to do that except for you. That's why you're next level.
Skeeter, you're my guy. Doing this for you and no one else.
All right, we do have one more serious.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Remember?
talked about it for 2 days now.
The Bears kind of fall
this-
short of
Now
the fourth.
Carm has
Now?
to transition back into serious.
Oh, that's a terrible, serious way to end the show, but go ahead, Hoge. Let's hear it.
Oh, I apologize. All right, so Warren Sharp, our guy, tweeted this out. Thank you, Steven. Yesterday, this little Bears nugget, and I'm sure he was putting this in his magazine and his preview mag that he puts out every year. He has all types of advanced numbers and nuggets like this. But he said if games ended after 3 quarters, the Chicago Bears would have been 10-6-1 last year. That would have been the 8th most wins in the NFL. They outgained their opponents by 430 yards through 3 quarters.
Wow.
They ranked 10th in total line of scrimmage, EPA, offense and defense. That's expected points added. One of those advanced metrics. I actually really like EPA. So they ranked 10th in total line of scrimmage EPA through 3 quarters. But then we get to the fourth quarter, and these numbers are astonishingly depressing. The Bears recorded a minus 50.7 total EPA. That is worse than the league. They had 14 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Worse than the league. They threw 10 interceptions.
Most
in the league. I was in my head, I was thinking, though, Bagent had the 4 interception game against the Saints. How many of those were in the fourth? Was it 3?
I can figure it out.
I just want to, we're not putting, I don't think it's fair to put all that in Fields, is all I'm saying. Although still not great. Outgained by 446 yards, which is the second worst in the league in the fourth quarter. And when it was all said and done, instead of having the 8th most wins in the NFL, they finished in 4th place in the NFC North. So, I think there's a couple different things here. One, whether you like it or not, that right there is a giant reason why there's a new quarterback here. It's just
100%.
facts. You can like that or you not like it. I don't care. That's why those decisions that were made this offseason were made, especially when you have access to Caleb Williams. I think I mean, that's just more kind of black and white, cut and dry. Does that concern you at all about the defense? Like, because...
Right, because the yards.
The top 5, this idea of the Bears having a top 5 defense is not just being thrown out there by fans and media. The players themselves are talking about it in the press conferences.
Yep.
And it's hard to have a top 5 defense when you're that bad in the fourth quarter. And some of that was still after Montez Sweat got here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the Browns game.
Yeah, no doubt. And look, I have another stat for you. Chicago ranked 24th in the league on defense, allowing 6.8 points per game. Only 8 teams were worse. So it's like, yes, a lot of those stats were offensively, but the defense also didn't do its job when it needed to in the fourth quarter. So that quarter needs to be corrected on both sides of the football.
Well, I mean, Gervon Dexter just said as much in our interview with him here just a minute ago. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. I mean, he said, I needed to learn the marathon of the game. I was better in the first half, but I wasn't top line by the end of the game. So I want to make sure I can run that 5K. That is a 4-quarter football game. So Dexter even admitted as much. So, I mean, you go back to that Browns game, the Bears were dominating them. And then all of a sudden, Joe Flacco threw for like 300 yards in the fourth quarter. A Lions, same thing. They had him dead to rights in Detroit. And then with 3 minutes to go, all hell breaks loose.
2-minute
and
drives.
you can say, then the microscope gets on the quarterback because they can't get the first down or Tyler Scott drops the catch that could have won the game. But ultimately, the defense also couldn't get a stop or get off the field or prevent a score. So, that goes – it works hand in hand. Mm-hmm. One can bail out the other, offense or defense, but also the head coach is also under the microscope here and has to make sure that – when the floodgates are opening, because games are always going to be decided by 3 points. I mean, when you look at the Vegas lines for most football games, they're 3 points. So whatever's shaking out in the first 3 quarters, it always comes back to, level out in the fourth quarter. And so Matt Eberflus has to prove to the team and us, the fans, that he can get the job done and get them across the finish line and grind out a few wins that ended up as losses last year.
For the record, and it's painful to go back through it, 4 of the 10 interceptions were thrown by Bagent. So in a much smaller sample size, Tyson was giving it up in the fourth quarter.
He had 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter of that Saints game and also a fumble in that fourth quarter.
And he was
3 turnovers.
He was picked off in the Chargers game late. He was picked off in the Vikings game late.
Well,
I think one of those. I think I forget. I feel like one of those was the pass was through the hands.
I think the answer to what we're getting at here is that all 3 of those things need to be much better in the fourth quarter. The quarterback play has to be better. The defense just has to shut things down better, even if they're being put in poor situations. Because if your offense is turning the ball over that much in the fourth quarter, you're not in a good place defensively to get those stops. But there were still key moments in key games where the defense could have made a play too, didn't get it done, and then. I think it's a great point, Braggs. Coaching matters in the fourth quarter especially. And There's just certain things there, whether it's play calls, whether it's situational, whether it's being too conservative. All three of those things need to be a lot better if the things that we've been talking about this offseason, they're all there on paper. It all looks good. It all looks like the Bears should be improved. But until you go out there on the field and you actually don't turn the ball over in the fourth quarter, you do get the stops on third down on defense, and the coaching all comes together with better decisions and not always being so conservative, that's going to be what really determines how much better the Chicago Bears are in 2024.
Well, and I think the other thing that's going to help them is depth. They've now added depth. Last year, they were starting to move in the right direction of having a quality frontline roster, but you need quality depth in the NFL to make it in a four-quarter football game, winning the war of attrition, especially in the trenches. And to me, when you're a bad football team, you have no margin of error. When you're an average football team, you have a little margin for error, and any little mistake becomes microscoped, and that's the reason spotlighted why you lost. And when you're a good football team, you have a bigger margin of error. So if they are a good football team and it all looks right on paper and they have the right depth, then they are going to be allowed to make a few more mistakes, and it won't cost them wins this season. That's the hope, but you can't depend on it, and depth is a fluky thing because you just never know how the injuries are going to flow your way season to season.
I think we're just at the point, and maybe we'll do this not at the end of the show and talk about it again in training camp, but I give Flus credit. Team starts 0-4, losing your defensive coordinator, losing a coach on the offensive side of the ball. Team could have ended up 3-4 wins last year. They ended up with 7. They kept it together, got better. Montez Sweat addition made a big part of that. So Flus has been, at least to this point, successful as a guy from point A, tear it down, rebuild it, to point B, create a positive locker room, create an environment where guys can work, keep the team on the rails when things go sideways. He's done that. But now, can he be the guy that gets you from where you're at now of just being like the good guy and the good soldier to the dude that actually can take you to point C, which is a viable playoff team with a chance to win a Super Bowl?
There's expectations this year. Can he handle those expectations with the roster he has?
And be a good strategist in the moment.
Right. Don't coach not to lose. Like I just talked about, the Lions and the Browns games. The Lions scored in like 2.5 seconds on both their drives. Like they just went up and down the field. Joe Flacco, same thing. And so I understand there's maybe some limitations because you're having trouble getting to the quarterback. Maybe adding another pass rusher will help that. But you got to stay aggressive. And that's why I do have so much respect for Dan Campbell in Detroit. Like him or not, he's always going to be aggressive on both sides of the ball, and his team knows that. And I feel like sometimes Eberflus can't decide if he's going to play it safe in certain spots or be aggressive in different spots. It's not an exact science. It's not an easy job, but that's why he gets paid the big bucks. And I prefer, personally, a coach that's always going to stay aggressive. Put the onus on the other team that, hey, we're going to make a play, and you're going to react off the plays we're trying to make. That's how I see it.
All right, let's get to some super chats here as we wrap up today's show and wrap up our week as well. We got a lot of super chats coming in today. Let's start with Football CF Candy, 199-pound sterling from across the pond. Did you ask if he's working with a pass rush specialist?
We needed you before the show.
We did not, but I addressed that in the chat after the interview. But CF Football Candy loved the
Did say he was going to jump back on with us at some point during the year, so we'll ask him then. Or I can just be his pass rush specialist trainer.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
I can do it.
For the record, almost every player works with some type of trainer that's specific to what they're trying to do. The question, though, maybe being hand usage and things like that, I'm sure they're working on all that stuff.
I've got a good swim move.
Yep. Crystal coming in
clean.
Just dominating the softball diamond this week. $9.99. This one is for Nick and Nick only.
Oh.
Congrats on the engagement. I wish you both all the adventures, happiness, and love forever and ever.
Wow.
Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate that. Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to the photographer that was there at the restaurant, Jordan. You can actually look him up at heavybutlight.com. Does great work. Capture the moment. So he did a great job. And shout out to Abba. If you've never been there, it's a Mediterranean restaurant here in the West Loop. Great food. Check it out if you were looking for a date night. But thank you, everybody. I've seen all the messages throughout the entire show. So I appreciate all the love and support.
Listen here, free ride. Congratulations. All right. I'm happy
Greg.
for you.
Thank you.
Long time coming. We've all been waiting for this. On pins and needles. I was starting to get very impatient.
Especially Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie was, but I was probably more impatient because I'm like, get this done. My barber's the same way, Isaiah, every time. Like, when's this going to get done, champ? Like, when you got a good girl, lock her down.
Yep. We're locked down.
One of the best advice I can give people.
Appreciate it, Greg. Thank you.
Don't give me that look, Carm.
Weird moment in time that was. This does mean that you and Stephanie will be at softball on Monday. Is that right?
When we posted our photos, we're getting all the comments and likes, and then we saw your comment. I'm like, I just had gotten done with a shower. I'm like, damn it, Mark. But yes, we'll be there on Monday though. We will be there for softball.
I'm just keeping things in line.
Someone has to. But
it was beautiful photos, Nick, and I'm glad to hear that you had a lovely dinner and a great photographer alongside to make
now
the whole
everybody
thing go.
knows. Everybody knows now.
Now, I do have to interject here. Congratulations. I screwed up not mentioning the A block because we brought it up in the B block like it already happened.
No, you were like, we have a big thing. In A block, you're like, we have a big thing to talk about. We're going to London.
Honestly, I thought, I thought it was
I apologize. That was definitely on me. Things were chaotic when we started the show late today with the interview and everything, and my brain just went specifically to like, let's get this thing rolling.
Can you send Steven a photo of it so he can, so everybody else can see you?
Yeah.
People
However,
gotcha.
there is an epidemic that is taking over the world, especially in this country, and it is called fall weddings. And and now I think this should apply to everyone, that you are not allowed to get married in the fall.
We're very busy in the fall.
Like someone to my left did in the middle of Northwestern season on a Northwestern game day.
You made it.
No less. I did make it, thankfully, because I got lucky with it being an 11 a.m. game.
I scheduled that purposely so you and Dave Ennett could be there.
No, you didn't. I don't think they announced the game time like a week before.
I talked to them, though, beforehand and said, please make it at 11.
Man's got
Cool.
connections.
November 30th.
Well, we did hustle our ass back from Champaign and get to the wedding. That did happen.
Harry Tynowitz took home 2 super dogs. That was amazing. See you later, Harry. Thanks for coming.
But you are definitely not allowed to have a fall wedding.
Got it. That works. No. That works better for me.
I got married on July 20th, and it was the hottest day in the world.
That's great, Greg.
So the Bears' first training camp practice is on your anniversary?
It is.
That's when Stephanie and I started dating.
I know.
Yeah.
Now you're going to actually have a real anniversary because last year.
That's another thing. You don't get an anniversary.
I know. That's what I told him. Last year
bullshit.
on July 20th, I was like, it's my anniversary. He's like, oh, it's mine too. I was like,
no, it's not.
No,
we weren't at that point yet.
Nick.
We weren't at that point yet.
Now.
Now you
get a real one.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Have you
to
ever
crash
seen-
me
Oh,
and
look
Carm.
at that photo.
Let's
Heavy
go.
but heavybutlight.com?
Heavy but light. LITE.
It's like that's
Actually, this is his first ever proposal. He's never done one before. He does like sports photography. He's like, this is like the most nervous thing I've ever done because it's like you can't in a game you have multiple opportunities to get a dunk or whatever. This is one time thing.
say the lighting is incredible.
That's
It's
on the
so
rooftop
good.
there.
It's fantastic.
And you two are just.
Is that
the
real
most
surprise or
beautiful
fake
people on the
surprise right
planet.
there?
No, that's real.
That's-
She had no idea.
How
You
adorable.
want to tell that story publicly or not?
Yeah, so I had I had spilled the beans a little bit. Had maybe a one too many, and told like Stephanie, I'm planning on proposing in July. So I'm like, and I don't remember telling her that. And so she went and had a girls' night with our friend group, and then my buddy called me. He's like, I have some info for you, some intel. I'm like, oh man, he never like calls me. So called me, told me that, hey, you're an idiot. You had basically told Stephanie when you're going to propose. I'm like, oh, shit. So now my mind is like, all right, well, we're going to just accelerate this, move it a month earlier, and That's why it happened when it happened. She had no idea. I kind of helped pick out the white dress, the white shoes, so it all ended up working out. And Abba really hooked it up with the location.
Just like Eberflus needs to prove that he can do in the fourth quarter, you made adjustments.
I mean, yeah,
True.
You came through and you might have made a bad play call to start the quarter.
play call.
But the intel came through the headset. You had the right support staff behind you. You definitely owe your buddy a beer.
You got aggressive too. You didn't wait.
It looked very sweet. So when I asked Jenny, I asked her at the top of the Sears Tower, and the reason I did was
We're talking about Nick's.
I was about to say. I was about to whisper.
Oh, and how about the London trip in A Block? Shut up. So when I asked Jenny at the top, I asked her at the top of the Sears Tower. My plan was if she had said no, that I was going to throw her off the building. So that was my plan.
What is with you and throwing? You want to throw Mark in a river?
Yeah, well,
Just as a,
I
just want to throw people.
I lay down thinly veiled threats of love.
What else can you tell us about you and Jenny on Nick's day?
It's a good story.
It's an average story that you could tell at any time. This is Nick's moment where we got pictures. But do you have pictures of you and Jenny from the Sears that you could throw us?
No, fuck you.
In my defense, I've known about this since the weekend, and we were embargoed on the information.
Mm-hmm.
So
we've been holding it for a bit.
I wasn't.
It's not my day anymore.
Yeah, I definitely fucked that up. I apologize.
We're all good.
Yeah.
I think we need more supers.
We got some big news today. We're going to London.
Well, this is big news.
It wasn't the news was the tickets sold out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Greg. Cuddy Kitty, $4.99.
Cuddy Kitty.
Bears fan living in AZ wanting to tailgate with you guys for the Cardinals game. When can my wife and I buy those passes to join you?
Greg?
What the fuck did he say?
Oh, Greg.
What did he say?
Settle down.
Bears
Don't
fan
swear
living.
at Cuddy Kitty ever.
TrueFanTravel.com. They can buy the packages now.
Yeah, you can buy the package now. I will give you Matthew Gregory's address. You can stay with Matt if you want, or you can stay in the hotel that we're going to set you up with True Fan Travel.
Yeah.
If you head to allchgo.com/events.
He just wants tailgate passes.
I'm on the website
Because you
right
already
now.
live in Arizona.
There are different options for
There are
everything, Cuddy Kitty.
different
Thank you.
options for everyone.
Yeah, if
Thank
you go to allchgo.com, go under events, you'll actually see it when you scroll down to the date in November. So you can actually look at that and reserve your spot right now. So go check it out.
And again, you put your deposit down, then they work with you from there to price things out. And if you already live in Phoenix, which we know there's a lot of Bears fans down there, a lot of Chicago fans.
It's going to be a fun
Chicago Southwest down there. Ruben C99, $5 super chat. Did you guys see the shade Le'Veon Bell threw at Justin Fields? I did not.
Yeah, it was a video of Justin training with George Pickens. And, and he's running. It's just them out on a high school field by themselves. And Le'Veon quote tweeted and said, "Look how the ball's coming out late." And then he was like, "This says a lot." And then there was some pushback today about whether or not the ball was late from other people. So,
Routes on air.
Yeah, that ball getting there late. I know it's routes on air, but this is telling you a lot. Le'Veon Bell. Okay.
Settle down, Le'Veon Bell.
He's a boxer now.
They're working out in a high school field. Come on, man.
Nuke.
Oh,
$4.99. Matt Nuku coming in. Rooting hard for Dino Dex. I think he takes a huge leap this year. Let's get behind this guy, Bears fans.
I meant to
Absolutely.
ask Dex about this Dino Dex thing.
I miss Nuku is the point right now for me, and we love to see him today. And I know you miss Nuku too, Greg. You were talking about it in today's meeting.
No, I don't. Fuck Nuku.
Nuku, file that away and never say anything nice about Greg.
Greg setting a by far new record for most F-bombs in a D block. Jason, $1.99. Thanks for getting big decks on you guys. And
You want to
then-
yell at Jason too?
He says.
Yes, I do. Fuck you too, Jason. Who's next?
You won't say it. You won't try to say it.
Bochilo. Fuck you, Bochilo. $1.99 super chat. Cheers from Streeterville. Fuck Streeterville. Tailgate for opening day. I know I'm not going to be allowed on the show on Tuesday.
No, you're getting suspended.
He went off the rails. I don't know why, though.
You're suspended Monday and Tuesday. I'm off starting Wednesday. I don't have to see you till July 19th.
Nuku just said, "I love you, Braggs."
Yeah.
That's the level of.
People, the meaner I am to you, the more I love you. That's really what it is.
They'll sure love in
My
different ways.
wife can attest. Carm might be able to attest.
Thanks.
That's what most people say, too. They say it just like that, too.
Love her.
It's like a thanks with a question mark.
Yeah.
All right, little life advice. Don't brag about that.
It's just how I am.
You have good posture right now, Greg. Excellent job.
Do I?
Yes, you're sitting up. You look good.
You've been saying how good I look here lately.
Yeah, no, you've had a massive transformation. You were one of
It's
the
like
most.
Gervon Dexter.
You were one of the most beautiful people. Now you're just even more beautiful.
You changed what you were going to say.
Yes, it started with a V and ended with an aisle, but
my favorite.
yeah. But you're no
My favorite
longer
card
you're no
word.
longer that. You're straight beauty.
Thank you.
Do we have anything else?
You want me to reread the Die Hard?
No.
It's 1:30.
We got to go.
I'd like to go home. Am I allowed to?
We're doing a song. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, that's right. We have.
Okay,
Gotta
that's
do something.
another thing I was going to talk to you about, which I'll save for off air. We're out of here. Thanks for Gervon Dexter for coming on. Great week. Henry Melton earlier in the week. Go back, check that one out if you missed it. Thanks for the guys filling in yesterday. It was a really good show. I enjoyed the Connor Williams discussion very much, and I think that's an intriguing move to potentially think about. We are off tomorrow. We're gonna take some Fridays off for the next few weeks until we get to training.
I'll be
camp.
working tomorrow
Yeah. I know you gotta
at
go to
Wrigley
Wrigley and get
Field
slammed
in the
again.
bleachers drinking.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brandon.
Friday 120
Poor
Club.
Greg has the work.
Meet us at
tomorrow.
Murphy's Bleachers, 10 a.m. Bright and early. Be ready for work.
See you on Monday, everybody.
We all silly like the mayor.